Hello everybody. I'm working on my 2004 Super Duty, and I had an injector code, I think P6283, and it said 1 constriction, and I was going to change them all, but I'm just going to change 1. And so I just wanted to record what I'm doing here because it might help someone, because I had a problem and I want to provide maybe some assistance. In the process, you're gonna have to remove the air filter, and have to move the air tube, and also the ficum at the top here. And also, I'm sorry, you're gonna also have to remove the water pipe, the water reservoir or coolant reservoir. This vehicle has the late 2004 injector harness, or glow plug harness, and my problem is that these have broken, so I'm going to put some new ones on. Not so much this side is the problem, but the passenger side is the issue. These popped out reasonably well, but I haven't taken out number 1 just yet. Oh yes, I did take out 1, and I'm keeping it routed here now because you have to know how these are routed, otherwise you're going to get it all tangled. So my issue is not this side. It's not this side, but it's the passenger side. I found that in working on the glow plugs on this side, it is a lot easier to take out the protective skin, a couple of bolts, I think a couple of 8s, number 8s, and let's see, what is the other one here? I think like a 5/16 or a number 5 or a 6, or 5.5. I use the 6, and it's easier to take them out this way. But my issue is not the glow plug harness. We see that the harness, but it has, in pulling them out, it broke. So that means I have the glow plug receptacle still in the bay, and it's done it with all of them. So I'm going to try to make a video that may help somebody. I just left number 3 in. I haven't pulled that out yet. This video may be able to help someone in taking out the little caps, and I'm going to use a few tools that you may or may not have. I'm going to use the pick, some pliers with snips, the bent ends, maybe a hammer to drive the pick in and try to work it out. I bought all of these from Harbor Freight. This is not a sponsorship of Harbor Freight Tools, but wherever you buy your tools or purchase your tools, you can go there. But I find that Harbor Freight has turned my garage into almost a certified shop for my purposes. We are going to replace this harness and maybe the glow plug control module. But before I do that, I am going to scope the glow plugs, or at least do an ohms test, a resistance test, and see if they're bad. And if they're not bad, the ones that are bad, if there are any, we'll replace. And it may have gotten a false reading because of the harness. So once we scope them or ohm test them and put them on, we'll check it out. Obviously this is going to be replaced, and maybe the GPCM may need to be replaced as well, but we'll determine that as we go. One thing I'm finding is, I found I needed to caution, is that this is an aluminum top. You do not want to start beating on, you see that aluminum retaining wall, you do not want to start beating on that. In my case, it is down at, what I've tried to do is go where the wire is, spike it, and then try to work it out. I'll show you what it looks like. That's where the wire feeds in, and you see the red is similar to that. You don't want to beat on the retaining wall because that's just an aluminum block, a cast, aluminum cast. All right, after some brake clean, you can see that the lip is a little much more pronounced. This is what I want you to see, and I don't want you to start tapping on that and crack that. Now I will add this. This is after using brake clean. I just use brake cleaner from the local AutoZone, and dries fast and evaporates. Again, no endorsement of any particular brand. I don't have a sponsorship from them, but if they'd like to, we welcome that. But I will say this: if you're going to spray that stuff in here, make sure you have goggles. If you wear glasses like I do, it will etch the lens. Well, this is number one. This is number 1, 3, 5. This is number 7, and as you can see, we had to use the chip to kind of hammer into it. Fortunately, it had a wire on it, and we were able to use our needle nose to pull that out. Now this one, I've already ruined it, so we're going to just try to dig around that a little and pull it out. Well, that's number 2, or should I say number 5, but the second in the whole process. All right, much has been said about how to take the harness loose. The reason I'm going to take the harness loose is because I got that last one I'm going to pull out. So we have to push these through, and it should come out. There. All right, so the harness is loose. You have to push. It should sit. It should sit all the way through. I'll show it again. That's in the locked position. The open is through, and pull. Press down on the tab and pull. All right, so that gives me a little space to pull this vacuum line out of the way, and it gives me a space to work on this last, or I won't say the last, but the one with the broken wire, the one with the wire behind the shock tower. I'm gonna hope and pray that I can just put pliers close to it and pull it out easy. I did put some easy what is WD-40 on there, so we will see what occurs. That is number 3, or should I say number 1, and you can probably see the glow plug tip there. And we're going to try this last one. Let's see if we can pull it out. Success. We were able to get it out. All right, now let me get my the glow plugs out, and then I'm going to disconnect the electronic fuel pump and spin it over to get the fuel that's in the injector cylinders. I'm sorry, the cylinders, the piston cylinders out, and then we will start to take the top off to do whatever else we need to do on top. All right, I hope this helps, and I hope this benefits someone who probably in a situation like I was. And fortunately, I had a 4-wheel drive, so I was able to get some clearance by taking off the inner wheel well protection, and you can achieve the same thing by jacking it up, making sure it's supported properly, and then just pulling it out and pull the wire harness off and do what you need to do. All right, well, I hope this helped. Good luck to you. We hope you like and subscribe and comment. Negative comments, you know, you have to make them. That's fine too, but we prefer your feedback, which helps us to try to improve our videos. Thank you. Be safe.